Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are fine and safe. Students, today we will do long question answers of lesson 7. So, our first question is, how do insects breathe? How do insects breathe? Answer is, the insect breathe through spiracles. Insect breathe through spiracles. Spiracles are the small holes which are present on both sides of the body. You can see the small holes on both sides of body of the insect, like housefly, cockroach, butterfly. You can see these holes on both sides of the body of insects. So these spiracles, they lead into air tubes called trachea. So they spiracle lead into the trachea, and when oxygen enter through spiracles, it enters to trachea, and from the trachea oxygen is absorbed by the tissues in the trachea. Oxygen is absorbed in the tissues of trachea, and from here carbon dioxide is given out through the spiracles. So it means oxygen enter through spiracles. You can see here from the air oxygen reaches to spiracles which are present in insects, and from the spiracle oxygen reaches to trachea. Trachea is the air tube, the tube which connects the spiracle to the tissues, and from the trachea this oxygen reaches to the tissues of trachea, and here it is absorbed in the blood. Oxygen is absorbed in the blood, and from the blood carbon dioxide reaches to the tissues, and from tissues this carbon dioxide reaches to trachea, and from trachea this carbon dioxide reaches to the spiracles, and spiracles, I have told you, these are the holes, and from these holes, from the spiracles, this carbon dioxide that is goes out, that is given out, and it comes to the air. So it means both processes take simultaneously. Oxygen is absorbed, it reaches from air to the spiracle, spiracle to trachea, and trachea to the tissues. In the same way, carbon dioxide is given out from tissues to the trachea, trachea to the spiracle, and spiracle to the air. It means both processes are reversed. And also, we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. So this is all about how do the insects breathe. Next question. Describe the kind of food and teeth herbivores and carnivores have. Students, first of all, I will tell you about the kind of food. Which kind of food do herbivores eat and which kind of food carnivores eat. So first of all, I tell you, herbivores eat grass or leaves of trees. Herbivores, they only eat plant product. From the plants they eat leaves, and also they eat grass. So these are called herbivores. Example, I have told you, like deer, like human beings. Human beings hai cows, buffaloes, camel, horse. All these are herbivores. Human being is omnivore. So we can't say human being is herbivore. Human being is omnivore. Now carnivores. Carnivores, which type of food they eat? Carnivores eat flesh of other animals. Carnivores eat flesh of other animals like lion, tiger, jackal, bear. All these are carnivores because they eat the flesh of other animals. They don't eat the plant product. They don't eat grass. They don't eat leaves or bark of the tree. So this is the type of food which is eaten by herbivores and carnivores. Now kind of teeth. Which kind of teeth herbivores and carnivores have? First, I am telling about herbivores. Herbivores have sharp front cutting teeth. Sharp front cutting teeth. Front teeth are cutting teeth which are used to cut the food. And broad back chewing teeth. Back teeth are broad and they are called chewing teeth because they have to chew the food. So front teeth are cutting teeth, and back teeth are broad chewing teeth. Carnivores have, which type of teeth carnivores have? Carnivores have sharp front pointed teeth. Their front teeth are sharp and pointed. With the help of these pointed teeth, they can tear the flesh of their prey, the other animals, and which are called, these teeth are called canines. In carnivores, these front pointed teeth are called canines, and they have strong back grinding teeth to grind the bones, to grind the meat, the flesh. So Front teeth are pointed teeth, which are called canines, and back teeth are strong grinding teeth to grind the bones and meat. Now, question number 3. Name any 3 animals that breathe through gills. So, student, aquatic animals, they breathe through gills. The animals that live in water. So, fish, prawns, crabs, and oysters, they breathe through gills. All have gills to breathe. Explain how are gills useful to a fish. So, we have to tell how gills are useful to a fish. How they help in breathing. Students, in fish, gills are richly supplied with blood vessels. In gills, blood vessels are present in large amount. When water flows over the gills, then what happen? The blood in the blood vessels. In the gills, blood vessels are present, and in blood vessels, blood is present. So, oxygen reaches to blood vessels, then it is absorbed by the blood, and that oxygen is dissolved in water, right? And carbon dioxide, side by side, it goes out along with water. So, with the help of this chain, I will explain you. From the water, you can say, when this water enters to the mouth of the fish, from the mouth it reaches to the gills of the fish, and from here oxygen reaches to the blood vessels, and in the blood vessels oxygen is absorbed by the blood. Okay, so in this way oxygen reaches to the blood, and in the same way carbon dioxide from the blood reaches to the blood vessels, and from the blood vessels it reaches to the gills of fish, and with the help of water, along with water, this carbon dioxide is given out. So in this way we can say oxygen from the water goes to the blood, and from the blood oxygen is given out to the water. Here O2 means oxygen. O2 is the symbol of oxygen. In short form we can write oxygen as O2 in symbolic form, and CO2 means C for carbon, O2 means oxygen. So carbon two molecules are there, carbon dioxide. So CO2 means carbon dioxide. So student, this is all about the question answers of lesson 7. If you have any doubt, you can ask me personally. Have a good day, students.